Ever wonder where your daily school lunch might come from? On a regular day of school lunch, you probably think there is 50% of locally sourced foods and 50% of imported foods.
That is exactly what we thought.
But our prediction was incorrect.
For example, if we had chicken patty, chicken noodle soup, oranges, mashed potatoes, slushies, and ketchup, only the milk, lettuce, tomato, and bread were locally sourced.
Everything else was imported.
School lunches should not be imported, instead be more locally sourced.
The barges of the imported foods have invasive species that can hurt our native species. Another reason is that imported foods will increase CO2 in the air because fossil fuels have to be used to transport goods from the mainland.
Locally sourced food also means fresher food for all of us.
We should consume our locally sourced foods, or else all of that ONO food will just go to waste.
We should be grateful and consume the food we have and not from somewhere else.
In 2024, it's important for us to be self-reliant and not depend on imported foods, because if there's a natural disaster, that might affect our food supply.
If there were a hurricane or tsunami that destroyed our ducks, we wouldn't be able to get food off a plane, shipment, or barges.
On the flip side, even if there was a natural disaster, our food supply would be safe because it wouldn't need to travel to get to us.
I think for anybody, wherever you live, to eat more local, it's healthier for us. We support our local farmers, and even more important for Hawaii, because we're thousands of miles away from another source of food. So do you know that over 80% of our food is all imported from somewhere else? So we have to create our local food and support our local farmers so that we don't rely on others to bring their food to Hawaii.
When imported foods get on barges, sometimes they fall off the ship and get damaged. It'll waste our money.
We should buy and consume more locally sourced food instead of imported food. Some people might say that locally sourced food are expensive, but locally sourced food are tastier, fresher, and better for Hawaii.
Imported foods might be cheaper, but you still have to pay to ship it over, and the foods might get rotten along the way when they get shipped.
In 2004 to 2005, Hawaii spent $3.1 billion on imported food.
Imagine how much money we'll spend now in 2024 with inflation.
We spend most of our money on food from other places and less money on the food our own island grow.
We lose money by putting money into supporting other places and states other than putting the money in our own wallets of the people on this island.
A Low Coal Act 175 was passed in 2021.
The law stated that by 2030, school lunches should have around 30% of locally sourced foods on their plates. We should start planning on the foods that we'll be consuming that are locally sourced foods.
So we used to do ulu a few years ago, and ulu is good because it is like we didn't have a problem getting it. Once in a while, the reason we have a difficult time is like if there's like flooding, or the weather is bad and the harvest is bad, and then we can't really use the food.
This act supports the idea that locally sourced food should be the food that we are consuming in our school lunches. We should have more locally sourced food on our school lunches than imported food.
Thank you for watching.